Hello and welcome to this tutorial on getting started with After Effects. I'm Luisa Winters. We left it last time where we had all of these files into one composition. We can zoom in and out of the timeline by pressing the plus and the minus key, and we can zoom in and out of the viewable area or comp panel by using the mouse scroll wheel if the mouse is on top of that panel. So right now I want to leave only one clip in here. So I'm going to delete the rest. I'm just selecting them and pressing delete. And there you go. So now I just want to show you some of the properties that are available in the composition. In other words, in this timeline. By the way, if you want to play the timeline, press the space bar. If you want to pause the timeline, press the space bar. All right, so before we get to anything, let me just show you this. I can see bars on the left and the right of my comp panel. The reason for that is because this is a 4K composition and what I have in my clip is an Ultra HD. Very similar, but not the same. Alrighty, let's fix that. That's the first thing. Before we get started, let me just show you that in here you can show the checkerboard pattern that shows transparency, the same as Photoshop, simply by clicking on this icon. There you see it. There you don't. Sometimes I have it on, sometimes I have it off. It all depends on what I'm doing. But generally speaking, I have it off because I find the checkerboard pattern extremely distracting when I'm doing animation or compositing and all of that. Alrighty. So we already know that this clip is Ultra HD, but what if we didn't? Well, that's solved very easily. In the timeline, you can right-click the clip and then choose Reveal in Project. So Reveal Layer Source in Project. If you click there, basically it's going to tell you this is the clip. And now you can go and see that it's 3840 by 2160. So I know that this is Ultra HD. Alrighty, let's fix this composition. The composition could be selected and then you can go Composition, Composition Settings, and we can change this to whatever we want. So we already know that it's 3840 by 2160, so all I really have to do is change that number. But I want to show you that there are presets that refer to that. I can go here to Ultra HD 4K 23976, and that's exactly what my clip is. You can see it in here. That is 3840 by 2160, and it's going at a frame rate of 23.976. So I'm going to select that one, and before going anywhere, I'm going to double check 3840, 2160, 23976. We're good to go. Alrighty, I click OK. And I have just resized my sequence. I no longer see the black bars on either side. Alrighty, in the timeline, I can now expand that layer. And I can do that simply by clicking here. And you're going to see that the only thing present when I expand this is Transform. And Transform can be expanded as well. And in here, I have the properties for anchor point position, scale, rotation, and opacity. So I can change these values simply by scrubbing the numbers, which is simply this. When you place the mouse cursor on top of the number, it changes to a pointy finger. When that happens, that means that you can click and drag and the value, the numbers that present to you will dynamically change. I find this a very good way of changing values when I'm not sure what I want, such as a font size, or even the scale of text, that sort of thing. Alrighty, so I'm going to click and drag, and as you can see, as I click and drag, the values change, and it's changing the layer in the comp panel. I can also reset all of these values by clicking the word Reset to the right of the word Transform. I can reset individual values simply by right-clicking the word, say the word position, and choosing Reset. It'll go back to the default value. Okay, this takes us to the end of this After Effects tutorial. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.